What is up, you guys? My name is Version1, and welcome back yet again to Reaction Week Installment 20. This time, I'm actually not reacting to one of you wonderful people out there. I decided to do two for this month because I'm going to start that from now on. I don't know when during my Reaction Week videos, but during at least one of these reaction videos every month, I'm going to react to one of you guys out there. So, you never know. Your channel might be sponsored, or not really sponsored, but might have a random appearance on the Let's Version 1 reaction videos. Anyway, this particular video, if you can't tell by all the white on my face and my glasses being constantly freaking bright lighting everything and almost showing off what's on my screen, we're reacting to Jaiden Animations. We're reacting to Why I Don't Like Reading from Jaiden Animations. So, I like Jaiden. She has a really cool art style, and she's really, really funny. I actually got into her by watching through Odd Ones Out. I've done a few reaction videos to Odd Ones Out, and I think I've done a couple on Jaiden, but I don't remember if I have or not. So, without further ado, here we go.
Reading, books, libraries, it's all boring. I don't know if that's an unpopular opinion or not. When I was growing up, it was pretty normal. But now I always hear people gush about how great it is to bundle up in a warm blanket with, quote, a good book, while the faint light of the fall evening peeks out of their cracked windows and hits their collection of plants perfectly. They've got a warm cup of chamomile tea they've prepared with the Keurig they use daily, and actually it's a funny story. They were about to get one at Target because they were on sale, but they received one as a gift instead. What a coincidence! And they have a cat. I'm not saying that isn't a poetic life you've got going on over there, but I still don't like reading and have a cat allergy. It's kind of complicated. The thought of reading sounds really nice to me. It's supposed to be calming and good for your brain in some sort of way. I don't know how exactly, but people repeat it all the time, so it might be true. But I think I've got some weird reading PTSD from school because the other part of my brain thinks about how boring and slow and too quiet it's gonna be, and I feel like I have to take notes and memorize things and identify the plot points and know the names and symbolisms in To Kill a Mockingbird. And, oh god, was I supposed to read up to chapter 7 by Thursday or through it? I used to love reading. I still have the strong memory of going to my elementary school's library and being excited to check out the next Geronimo Stilton book because I loved the pictures and fun text they had. They always wrote the word cheese like this. And being able to read books that had more than 10 words on the page was impressive to a 6-year-old. Whenever I found a book I liked growing up, I would read it non-stop. I was able to crush a 300-pager in 2 days, which I don't think is considered impressive anymore, but it was in 5th grade, and look, that was the only self-worth I had, alright? But when school started making us read books by force, it kind of took the fun away from me. I don't like being told what to do with my free time, especially if you're gonna make me read a book written in the 1940s that I need cliff notes to decode just to realize that all the animals were communists. Also, it's 20% of my grade. I get it, though. What else are we gonna do in English class? We can all understand each other, right? We're speaking English. That's gotta count for something, right? But the more I had to read really cryptic books in my spare time where the symbolism is in the color of the main character's curtains, and I'm not even observant enough to realize they had curtains, led me to not really having fun and also feeling like an idiot. I like my subtlety like I like my coffee. Splash in my face. How am I supposed to know what the A stands for adultery? I don't know. It could mean a woman for all I know. Asparagus, but all that isn't anything new. Everyone complains about English assignments. Everyone hates reading the Scarlet Letter. Everyone thinks school should die. However, something that also locked in my disdain for reading was my mom. Hi, Mom! Of course, as a parent, you don't want your child to do nothing but play video games all day. That obviously leads to undeniable life failure. So what's the solution? Make them read more. And on paper, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Honestly, I'll probably use that parenting technique too, when applicable. I think my mom made the obvious good parenting decision. But as the victim here, I believe I fell in the small minority where it had the overall opposite effect. During summer vacation, my mom would always tell me that I needed to read at least 2 books so I don't forget how to read. Whenever my mom would walk in on my brother and I playing Mario Kart together in the living room, she would ask if we've read yet today, which we would respond no, because reading's for chumps. And then she'd lock us in our room to be chumps. I started hating hating reading so much, I would rather do literally nothing than read a book. There were a couple summers where I faked reading entire books because I just didn't want to read that much. There was this one about dragons, I think, called The Secret Country, and I still remember that just looking at the cover would put me in a bad mood because of hatred association. Screw your secret country. When I was being forced to read, I would sit angrily on my bed, open the book, move the bookmark a reasonable amount forward to make it look like I read, and then just sit there for 30 minutes staring at it. It was boring, and I don't know what was wrong with me. I could have had at least a decent time if I just tried to read the dang book, but I guess it turned into a dignity thing. Actually, the ironic part is maybe a year or so later I decided to restart the same book and give it another shot on my own terms, and I finished it in 2 days. It was pretty good. I did it again with another book called Molly Moon and the Morphing Mystery. It's like the 5th book in this Molly Moon series. It's been a while, so I don't really remember the story, but it's about this orphan who can hypnotize people and has a pug. Anyway, it's funky because I actually read the first few books of the series on my own and remember really liking them. I would read them any chance I got, but as soon as I was forced to read this one, I just decided I'd rather literally waste my time and sit alone rebelling against reasonable parenting. But this time I never went back to read it. I think that might have been the point of no return for me. I think the association of reading as a necessity or some sort of punishment has deep-rooted itself in me, and now I just feel like reading isn't fun or I'm in trouble for something even though I live alone. I've tried listening to audiobooks, but honestly, they make me feel really lonely. I don't know why. It might be the lack of visuals. I like pictures. And also no one else is around. It's the same with music. I've never been a big music person, so whenever I try to sit down and do something while listening to music, it somehow enhances this feeling of being alone and like time is going by slower, which makes me uncomfortable. So I always have either YouTube videos or more recently Twitch streams in the background. I'm still not super used to Twitch yet, but I like Ryukar's stuff. He plays Mario Maker. Sometimes I wish I read more. It might be good for me to slow down instead of always consuming fast-paced content on the internet, but on the other hand, I think it's just a preference I have that's been cemented with bad association. If you like reading, I think that's really great. I've got a lot of friends who like reading, and it's cool that you've got a really nice hobby you can fall back on to de-stress, or however you people feel while staring at words all day. I was gonna say you should recommend a good book I should give a try, but I took a second to think about if I would actually try to read any suggestions, and being real with myself, the answer is no. So, enjoy that chamomile tea.
Hey, how's everyone doing? At home, I suppose? I'm lucky that I work from home and rarely leave the house, so quarantine isn't hitting me too hard. But to those of you who are outside people needing suggestions, may I suggest watching all of my videos in an infinite loop until we can leave our houses?
It's a good.
Or Animal Crossing? I actually recommend that one more. Any mutuals who are playing, send me your friend code because I want to add you. I've been doing this thing where before I open up the game, I'll look at my friend list and see how many people online are playing Animal Crossing. Normally it's 100%. Anyway, however you're keeping yourself busy during quarantine, I hope you're doing well, and thanks for watching my video. Bye.
That was really good. Like I said, I love Jaiden. She's really cool. Okay. I'm similar. Okay? I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm similar. I don't care for reading. It's not like I don't like it, I just not care for it. And there's a reason behind that. It's because, don't get me wrong, if it can grasp my interest in the first few chapters, then yeah, I'll read a book all the way through the finish. But if it doesn't grasp my interest within the first chapter or so, I don't read it. I find them very boring. There's nothing going on, and if it doesn't grab my interest, then it literally puts me to sleep. This was my fallback. This is my problem in school, because anytime we were forced to read a book for English class, I fell asleep through half of them. Even in class, I'd conk out in class because I didn't care about the book. And I ended up almost flunking English not because of reading, but because of the freaking essays. I'm never going to get off of this, by the way, because back in high school, I had a grant lined up. My mom had me lined up for a grant that all I had to do was just keep an A/B honor roll because that was easy. I was really smart. I'm still really smart, and yet I want to do YouTube for a living. But anyway, I was very, very smart. I made A's and B's and everything except for English. English, I made a high C average. A freaking high C average. Didn't count. So there went the grant. There went college. I drive a forklift for a living and do YouTube videos. So who's laughing now, high school? Ha 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 ha. It's me. Anyway, but yeah, reading is pretty cool if you're into it. If you can sit down with any type of book and read it from start to finish, fantastic, great for you. I can't do it because if it doesn't grasp my interest, then I'm not going to read it. And but I'll give it a shot. But if it doesn't grasp my interest, I won't read it. And I don't have very many books here at the house. Colton loves to read, but of course he's 4. So, and right now, as of recording this video, Texas governor has issued the stay at home. I don't know how that's going to affect me myself because my job is an essential job. My actual job where I drive a forklift is technically an essential job. I don't know how it's going to work. All I know is if I get pulled over and they say that my note isn't good enough and I get a $1,000 freaking ticket, I'm going to be pissed and my employer is going to pay that freaking ticket because if I have to go to work and I get a freaking $1,000 ticket for going to work, I'm going to be pissed. So hopefully that doesn't happen. So hopefully I'll find out from my boss tomorrow whether or not we can continue on as we're doing. And yeah, so hopefully it all works out. So all that being said, I'm going to end this episode here, you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you had any other ideas for reaction videos, whether past or present videos, feel free to put those in the comments down below. And if you're binge watching some of my old series or something like that, feel free to let me know of anything you guys want to see me comment or react to. I'll definitely try and check them out. And if I don't get time to in this month, I will revisit them in next months to come. I have a playlist called Stuff Reaction Playlist that I pull a lot of videos from that are suggested to me. Because if I see the comment when I'm at work, I'll immediately go to YouTube. I'll sneak to the bathroom and I'll go to YouTube and I'll go to the YouTube app. I'll search the video and I'll quickly put it in the reaction playlist and I'll go out, wash my hands, and act like I went to the bathroom. But in reality, I snuck a peek at my phone. But anyway, all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you liked it, feel free to hit that thumbs up button. Greatly appreciate that and lets me know that you guys are enjoying my videos. And if you're new to the channel, feel free to hit that subscribe button. I do upload every single day. And if I am forced to be in quarantine, I'll possibly be doing 2 videos a day until quarantine is over. And possibly more live streams. So who knows? If I get quarantined, then maybe it could help you guys out. I don't know. So all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, I'll see you in the next video. Hey, and peace out.